Do you guys remember the fappening of 2016? It's a play on the word "the happening" because it happened, but it was with the fappening. A lot of celebrity pictures got leaked on 4chan, and this created a massive outrage and pressure on social media companies in order to do more to keep people safe. And that's when we saw the birth of a lot of these trust and safety councils. A lot of massive corporeal manifestations were invited at these corporations in order to loom over the rest of us mortals and to see what we're talking with one another so that we don't share material that is problematic. So, what is the moral of the story? Well, the moral of the story is that you can move mountains when celebrities are affected. When normal people, when the average individuals are affected, no one cares. But the moment that celebrities, especially female celebrities or politicians, get affected, oh, that's when society starts taking the issue seriously. And this is what's happening here with the AI porn bill. For a while, this actually was a problem. Like, many people were indeed being affected by AI, which would do pornography in their image. And no one took it seriously until Taylor Swift gets affected. Some people said that she complained to the White House, and within 2 weeks, we now have a bill. Now, my opinion on this bill is that it's actually a good thing, right? I'm a person that's usually against censorship, and I am in favor of lewdness. However, this is a situation where I can say, yeah, like, this is an exception of my belief system. And I will articulate why in a bit. First of all, I agreed with the fact that the bill isn't targeting the AI company. Like, the camera manufacturer isn't responsible if the picture taken is of a child, right? It's the person taking the photo that is responsible. Kodak, which created the camera and the technology that allows someone to take pictures, isn't responsible for illegal photography that is taken by another person. So the fact that this bill actually punishes the person making the photo and not the AI company is, in my opinion, a good step. The other thing is that when you create a realistic image of another person, I don't see it different than slander or libel. Like, it is reputation ruining, and it is incredibly similar to slander or libel to the point where I can say, yeah, this doesn't fall under free speech. Now the interesting part is that the technology to do this already existed, and it has been done so often that even now you can find it on the internet. People use Photoshop. So you would have a famous celebrity, and they would take another picture of a naked woman, and they would take the face of the celebrity and put it on the naked woman. So this is how it was done up until the era of AI, and many of them were incredibly convincing. The internet, as I mentioned before, is filled with such cases, but for some reason, they were never considered to be illegal. It's only with the AI that people start to care. I think they're both in the same pot. I think they're both equally as slanderous, and they damage the reputation of the person. And yeah, like, the person that is creating these things is no different than a person that is spreading libel or slander against another individual. But again, for some reason, the Photoshop, I don't know, like, maybe people don't know they exist. I mean, normies are unaware and clueless of a lot of things. Maybe this is just one of them. But this is like one of the few instances where I do agree that regulating AI should happen. Now, many people are calling for all deepfakes to be criminalized. And while I do agree that recordings of politicians, for instance, could fall under the same category of slander and libel, I think they would have to meet more criterias in order for them to be illegal. I think two criterias would be enough. The first one, it would require for the person that's making the thing to try to manipulate the public. So to try to convince the public that that is an actual recording of Donald Trump, right? Because I do think like deepfake can be used for comedy, or it can be used for creating movies or videos. So I don't think like every single type of a deepfake should be criminal. Like if someone makes it absolutely clear that the recording there, like you have the presidents playing Fortnite, and it's obvious that it's a deep fake AI thing, I don't think that should be criminal, right? So as long as the person makes it obvious that, hey, the individual in the recording is not the actual politician or is not the actual person, then that should be fine. And the second thing is that the recording should try to destroy that person's image, right? So like if you have a deep fake with a politician where he says the N-word, and you don't make it obvious that it is a fake, that it's AI generated, and your intent is to actually destroy that person's reputation, then I think it should be considered the same as slander. It should be considered the same as libel. In the case of pornography, like as we're seeing with Taylor Swift, I think it's obvious, right? Like you create porn of someone and like you are aware that it's going to be reputation ruining. So the moment you create a deepfake with that, even if you were to make it known that, hey, this is not the real person, you wouldn't like it if someone did that with your mother, right? Like if someone went to your workplace and posted pictures like that with your wife or with your daughter, right? Even if they're deepfakes and even if they would say, this is not the real person, it still damages that individual's image and reputation. So in the case of lewds with deepfakes, I think they should be kept to imaginary people, and they should be kept to the realm of fiction. Do not use actual humans without their consent. With the exception, of course, if the person themselves does it. Like I have seen certain OnlyFans girls like training AI to do nudes of them. I mean, okay, I guess, that's their decision, so that's different. But there is another interesting thing. Like a lot of people say, well, this law isn't going to stop the deep fakes from circulating, and experts warn. And it's like, yeah, I don't need experts to know the obvious. Obviously, these deep fakes aren't going to be stopped. And I'm actually afraid that it can be used to pressure websites like Twitter or Discord to censor even more. The deepfakes are going to be taken off like the normies web, right? So if you have laws where the celebrity itself can take action, then you're not going to see these deepfakes on Reddit, Twitter, the mainstream social media websites. And they're still going to be somewhere on the dark web. And there's no way to stop this due to the international nature of the internet. Like you're going to have someone in Brazil or in some other country that doesn't have legislation regulating this, and they can upload whatever pictures they want and it will be legal. And there's nothing that the celebrities can do about it, except pressure the mainstream social media platforms to take these pictures off. And this is what I think is going to happen. I also expect that the Photoshop pictures that existed up until now are going to be cracked down even harder. And the only thing that's unfortunate is that social media companies are going to be pressured to censor more. And as usual, the censorship will extend past this purpose, right? It will go way past the initial claim of why it's required. But anyway, right? Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.